Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome one, welcome all, welcome back once again. Welcome to, if this is your first time, Building Stuff with Nova. This is the place. You're in the right place. I just want you to know, on the internet, there's no place like this place, anywhere near this place. I don't care what link you see beside this video. You're in the right place because we are building stuff with Nova. We like to call this your virtual makerspace, your ideation laboratory, your mastermind, if you will. And I am your host, Dr. Nehemiah Mabry. You can call me Dr. Ne, as a matter of fact, because we're friends. This is the place where we're live on Twitch every weekday, roughly around the same time, but today is a different time. 4 p.m. Eastern is when we just hit the live button. But we also are on YouTube. So shout out to everybody that's either on Twitch, our familiar building committee, and YouTube. I see the Opal guy, one of our YouTube faithfuls, hanging out on YouTube. Good to see you. Glad everybody is doing well. Go ahead and check in. Drop an exclamation point if you are excited as I am, because I'm excited because today we're about to be out in the field again. Well, I'm in the studio right now, to be honest, but we're going to be virtually out in the field. And if you are excited about this, excited to be here with yours truly, go ahead and drop an exclamation point. Shout out to all the viewers on YouTube. We go live every single weekday on Twitch, where we've been doing a number of things. We've been building things in real life, similar to what you're going to see happening today. We've been playing a lot of games related to engineering. That's been really fun. We've had interviews with cool scientists and engineers. And the biggest thing that we've been doing, let's say the common thread through all of our streams, has been what will be the finale of this project. The Building Stuff with Nova will culminate in, at the end of October, a 4-day engineering themed escape room. I don't know if y'all knew about that, but shout out to Kate. Shout out to Clockwork. I love the exclamation points. Everybody on YouTube, I want y'all to know that we have designed, we have ideated, we have put our minds together to come up with several puzzles around the idea of engineering, and it will culminate in a 4-day, 4-part engineering escape game. But here's what I want you to know before I tell you what's coming on the stream. We'll go ahead and pull up the agenda right now. But before I get to what's coming on the stream, I want y'all to understand that we've opened up the opportunity for you, yes, you right here watching this, to apply to be one of the real life players, one of the in real life players of this engineering escape room. I'm going to ask Nova to go ahead and drop the link of that application, because we have received a few applications already, but we've extended it for more of you to be able to get in your application to apply to be one of the in real life players for this 4-part engineering themed escape room. Now, here's the narrative. I don't know if y'all know the narrative. The narrative is Y3K. So for those who remember, you know, Y2K was a big deal because we didn't really plan for how, I guess, the computers, you know, sort of managed the decimal places or the dates or what have you. Well, guess what? We imagined a scenario where in Y3K, 2999, that year, before it turns the year 3000, we need help making sure that the AI that by that time we obviously have been dependent upon for years and years and years, the AI maintains all of its engineering knowledge. And so we're going to be calling together you is selected if you're able to apply, and a couple of other people to Boston. I'll be there in person. The Nova team will be there in person, and we will go through the game that we all designed with the help of Trapology Boston. That's right. So make sure you all click on the link. I don't know if we're going to drop it in YouTube. I'll leave that up to Nova, but we definitely already have it in the chat on Twitch. So if you don't see it wherever platform you're watching on this, go over to our Twitch channel, hit follow while you're at it, and then click on the application link. Sounds good, Kajal? Shout out to Kajal, who hung out with us yesterday on the stream. We had a great time. But here's what we got going on today. Check out the agenda. We have 2 more individuals that are going to join us here on the screen from Trapology Boston. Some familiar faces. They go by Tina and Mike. We're going to cut to them in just a little bit. But we are on our second building in real life field trip of this escape room. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We had Tina and Jason who took us to this, I'm going to be honest, it was a little sketchy location, but since we were all virtually there, we were kind of safe in the comfort of our own homes or on our phone. But we're going to go back there in just a little bit. And we got Tina and our friend Mike, who has already hung out with us a number of times. And then, of course, I'm going to conclude the stream. We'll let you know what's to come for the remainder of the week. But with that being said, I'm feeling like Kajal. If you're excited, I want to see excited in the chat. That Opal guy, if you're ready, put excited in the chat. Nova is here. Welcome, everyone. Drop in the chat if you are excited as we get ready to cut to our undisclosed location, located somewhere or near or far in relation to Boston, Massachusetts. And we're going to bring on the screen none other than Trapology's finest, Tina and Mike. Tina and Mike, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Hello, dude.
Oh, man, listen, Tina, I see you. Just like last time, we found you here. Mike, you weren't there last. Were you there last time when we were here?
I was not. I was hiding.
Were you? You were hiding. Where you been at, man? What's been going on?
I was around.
You were underground? Well, here's the thing. I don't know if we're underground or if we're overground. I don't know where we are right now, but this is the warehouse, right, Tina? What is this again? Explain to us where we are.
We are in our secret warehouse where we are building the set. We're excited to show you some stuff, but we can't tell you where it is. Sorry.
You can't tell us where it is. Okay. Well, one thing's for sure. It is a place where escape rooms come to life. Am I right?
Yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah.
A place where escape rooms come to life. All right. Technically, someone says on Twitch, a Clockwork says, technically it's a warehouse. Like where? You get it? I'll see you a Clockwork. That was a good one. W-H-E-R-E. I love it.
I was thinking more like werewolves, but that also, that makes more sense.
That makes more sense. Yeah, warehouse. And Mike, we've been doing this for a while, man. You and I have been ideating for a little bit. If y'all excuse me for a second, I'm going to go ahead and get green screen and immerse myself where we are. But Mike, tell the people how you feel to be at this stage after you and I spent several hours sort of ideating, cutting and pasting and all that. How do you feel excited to be actually on the hands-on phase?
Yeah, this is the stage where I actually start to feel comfortable with everything, because we're going to show you some stuff in a second where we're at, but just seeing everything come together and like all those ideas that we had on paper turn into a real thing feels amazing.
I bet it does. It feels great to us as well. Chat, if y'all are ready to go into the warehouse, as they said over on Twitch, go ahead and say ready, because I think around the corner is where we were last time, right, Tina? I want to see what type of progress you all have made. I don't know. Have y'all been slacking off since we last met, or have you get a little work done?
I wouldn't call us slacking, because I think our boss is watching, right?
Yeah, it's creative downtime.
Yeah. We'll show you.
Yeah.
We'll show you.
All right. Sounds good. Let me get the vibes going, and I'm ready to follow y'all. Let's go. Let's make it happen. I got my immersive set ready to go.
Come on down.
So this is the tape. Okay.
Mind the big table.
Gotta go around this table here. So you just left a hazard. That's a work hazard right there. I'm just joking. Whoa! These are the walls. These are the walls that were on the ground last time, right?
Look at this thing. Yeah.
Tina, so that right there, what you're standing next to with the little holes, I feel like I only saw like 1 or 2 of those last time. Wow, this is awesome. Is that basically where we were doing the light thing at right there with the circles there? That you were
this is where we were working on the lights. So you can see some of the acrylic panels. We installed them. Some of them are still open for us to play with. But it's really fun because we can stick our arms through them.
Tina and I were also joking today too, looking at them, because we always joke that our players will always find a way to destroy something, no matter how well we design and build it. And we're looking at going, I want to climb that.
Climb it.
This is just a big jungle gym right now, and it's so tempting.
Well, let me show the people what this is again, because we have a few sketches, chat. And of course, we just dropped the poll up there. Feel free to participate in that. But this is like the room that we're referring to as our engineering mainframe, right, Mike? Like this is the main section. And we have these things that you all saw. You can see right now, chat, in the on screen, like the little wall things coming out. This will be sort of like the main room of the escape room that our players are going to be in. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, so this is where we're going to be spending a majority of our time. So obviously it's just walls right now, but we have all these cutouts where we're going to have different pieces sliding down, opening up, all those puzzles that we had brainstormed on. So we're going to be in this space, but it's kind of going to be ever evolving each of those 4 days. And then there might be surprises in there. I don't know. I didn't draw them. No, did you?
Maybe not.
Something might just show up. Who knows?
Just show up.
Yeah, this is going to be our main area.
I love it. I love it. Chat, make sure you all show up as well. This is taking place at the end of October. You already know, higher up in the chat on Twitch, you all can apply to be one of the people that come in real life. But whether you are online or in real life, you're going to get to see this. And Mike, Tina, is this like, this is the room where like everyone's going to look for clues, like 2 minutes left. You know, like, is this chaos proof? Is it chaos proof yet? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is this chaos proof or is this still
yes, as you can just... Oh God, Tina, I need you to. Where'd you go? You're not supposed.
Cross
to
through.
get
Hurry up, get the clue. Get the clue, Tina. You left the clue over there.
You need to be working on this thing. Are you crazy? We have like a minute and 30 seconds. You're supposed to be crawling through this.
You solve it.
I can't.
It looks.
Nehemiah's help.
We need Nehemiah.
Yeah.
Twitch building committee.
Yes.
Anyone?
What happened? You need help.
Higher power.
You're stuck
every day.
Y'all show some love to Tina and Mike. Drop some emotes, some love. We're ready. We're going to get some building going here in a little bit. But I love that y'all showed us the progress. You right, Tina. It hasn't been fully slacking. You've had some pretty productive, creative downtime, if you will. But yeah, go ahead, YouTube, Twitch. We got the dancing gummy bears over on Twitch. Drop some emojis if you're on YouTube. Let them know that you are excited about seeing more of this escape room. And we're gonna get to some hands-on work, right? Some more hands-on work on stream.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What do we got?
Welcome to our workshop.
What's that? What do we have here on the table here? This is some other stuff that you all are crafting.
Yeah, we're working with 2 different tools today. We're going to be working with some lasers. We're also working with a vinyl cutter. So we're going to work on kind of putting some things together to put into the room. So we're going to show you lasers, which I think everyone is very excited about.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of show you what we're going to work with.
Got it. And that orange thing right there that has Trapology boss on it, which I didn't know y'all made laser cutters as well. Y'all do everything.
Yeah, it's a little known side venture.
That's that orange thing is like a little part where laser comes out onto, like, how does it configure, Tina? Like how
so this is actually just a protective shield, because it's fun fact, you are not supposed to look directly at a laser.
Oh.
So this here, we slide things in and out through the little protector. And then this is where the laser actually comes from inside of it.
We do our best not to burn our retinas out.
Yeah. No free LASIK.
Yeah.
Do we technically have PPE because we're virtual? Like, we're looking through the camera lens right now, so we're good.
Yeah, we can maybe put them here.
Okay.
Be safe.
Put the glasses in front of the camera. Make sure we don't hurt ourselves. Everybody, I hope you all signed your waivers, building committee, because this is heavy duty stuff. What are we about to write on though? What was that black thing? Is it for wood? Like, what exactly do you do?
Yeah, we have these little like oxidized metal plates. Mm-hmm. So we'll show you in a minute, but it's essentially just like a piece of metal that's got an oxidized coating over it, which is super nice for laser engraving, because essentially what's going to happen is we're taking super hot, powerful laser and just melting away that coating. And it's going to be delightful.
Got you. And is that the only material that you can use to write on it, or can you do it on other materials?
So that's the one that we're going to be using today.
Okay.
We're going to be making some labels for various parts of the room. Okay. But what else we do?
Yeah, we've made coasters out of cork. We can use like wood on it. That's pretty fun. It gets a little smoky, but it's fun.
Anything non-reflective. Laser safety tip for you back home. If you're ever in, possession of a laser, don't put a mirror under it. Lasers get real mad about that because you'll destroy your machine.
It intensifies basically the light or the light of the laser, right? The reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just basically shoot it back up into the what I want to say, the laser. The
laser.
Yeah, the laser.
It reflects it right back into it seems like one of those movies where it's like, how do you defeat the rogue AI laser? You get a mirror.
You just you just get a full body mirror.
Exactly. Well, let's get to going. Let's make some labels, and I'm gonna ask Nova. Nova, can you do me a favor? Oh, Nova's already ahead of the game. The tool is called a laser pecker. Thank you, Nova, for dropping that in there. A laser pecker, and is used for laser engraving on metal, wood, and other materials. As long as those other materials, as we just learned, it's not a reflective mirror, because that will be a nemesis of the laser pecker. And you got a little link here. Nova dropped the link as well. So shout out to anybody that does any of this DIY type of stuff at home. They ever want to make any type of labels or engraving things, yourself. You can check this out. Trapology. I don't think Trapology makes them, but they do have a sticker on there, so you can put your sticker on your laser once you get it ordered to your home.
Link.
Yeah.
All right, what are we picking now? What are we deciding?
Well, right now I wanted to have Mike pick a color, but we could also have Trap pick a color if you want.
Chat, what color? Chat, are we going blue, pink, yellow, or magenta? Is that magenta?
Yeah.
Magenta. It looks like you about to do a magic trick.
I'll take it. But
Tina, it looks like you about to do a magic trick though. Like what? Pick a color.
I don't know any, but it felt like it.
What color, y'all? What color? What do y'all want to know? What's this for? This is for us to decide what type of material, what color material we're gonna do our label on. Let's see if we can get somebody to pick a color: blue, pink, yellow, or magenta. I just wanted to get a little technical. That's why I said magenta. I see yellow. Somebody said yellow in the chat. Can we go yellow?
No, let's do it.
You can go yellow.
We can go yellow. Okay, cool. Let's go yellow.
Delightful. All right, I'm also going to measure it out because I don't know the size of these things. So we're going to be using some digital calipers, which if you've never used these, they're amazing.
Yes.
You essentially clamp something inside of them and it tells you how large it is.
The metrics.
So
is that a
54 millimeters.
Okay, that's about to ask you what unit of measurement was that. Okay. Neat.
Normally, I'm an inches kind of guy. Just because like the things that we work on in escape rooms aren't, micron precision. Let's see. But when it comes to the laser, it's kind of nice to go a little bit more like incremental with it.
Micron.
So kind of know that.
Micron. I need chat challenge. Give me the best analogy of the size of a micron. Does anybody know what a micron is? We're over here working with microns. We're not doing your typical feet. In miles and inches here. We're doing microns, right? That's what you said. That was 54 what?
54 millimeters.
Millimeters, but micron is like the level of precision those things can get, right?
Yeah, these are admittedly a pretty cheap pair, but I have friends that are machinists that have calipers that can measure things down to absurd amounts.
Oh wow. Let's see. I see chat coming through.
Ooh.
A hair follicle. Nova, give us a fact check on that. It's a hair follicle on the order of magnitude of a micron. Yeah, but go ahead, Mike. What were you about to say?
Oh, I was going to say, so I'm just measuring that so that we know basically what to input into the laser here. So I got a little program going, and we're just putting in some text. And if you want to come in.
Got you. So we're gonna go pulley storage. This is for, oh, I know. So this is for one of our puzzles, right, Mike? Like when we're doing,
yes.
We have a puzzle planned to do some pulleys, put some pulleys together. I think this is on day 1, right?
Yes.
Let me see if I can remind.
So actually, our very first puzzle. So
it's our first puzzle. Okay. Let me see if I can get chat a reminder really quick, because we had
the little piece of cork.
We had a nice little design day, you and I, Mike, when we were talking about putting the pulleys together and knowing how to position the pulleys. I think there's a sketch somewhere here. There it is. Chat, you all see that? Here's like a little sketch Mike shared with us a couple of weeks ago, of just kind of showing how we can use pulleys to open a grate. We're not going with the grate anymore, or do we want to keep the grate?
No, but I think we'll maybe save what it is as like a little bit of surprise.
Ooh.
But I don't know if you want to go back to that sketch, but that is kind of a fun thing to reference once we actually have that part of the game to show.
Yeah.
Because it was through that sketch going through, we went, this doesn't make sense, like physically, of like where we're gonna have a person stand with this pulley and then like maneuvering over this grate and like how we would rig everything up. It was getting convoluted and nonsensical. It's just like, all right, that's like the nice thing about sketching things. Like you kind of do it quick and dirty at first.
Yeah.
And then you kind of realize working through that, all right, what works, what doesn't work.
I see it. We have your sketch up right now, Mike.
Waste your time building something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. We have your sketch up now.
No, go ahead.
You're saying that we're going to be able to like reference this again later on? Or you're talking about what right now? This is what you're...
Yeah, so like just later on, once we have, maybe if we do end up showing that before the game actually starts, or just while we're in the game.
Yeah. I like how you look over at Tina. It's like, do we want to give them all of the secret codes?
Like, there's actually a really cool reveal that we're working on that I would be kind of mad to spoil.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't spoil it.
Yeah.
We won't spoil it.
Yeah.
All right, chat.
It's so dumb. It's so good.
It's so dumb and good at the same time.
Like the best things are.
Well, listen, we don't want to do spoiler. You don't want to do spoilers. We're gonna try to keep that close to the vest. But shout out to Duke Donuts in the chat asking about the application. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Building Stuff with Nova. We go live every single weekday on Twitch, and occasionally, as we are today, we also simulcast to YouTube. Sometimes we simulcast to Facebook or even TikTok. But today we're on YouTube and we're still on Twitch as normal. And we have an application where you all can apply to actually play this escape game in real life. If selected, you can be one of our small group of participants who will be tasked, Mike, with saving the world from Y3K.
And more importantly, you get to hang out with the three of us.
Yeah.
And
what more incentive do you want?
Maybe,
we're a delight.
Right. So what do we get them going with that laser? Because a part of saving the world through Y2K means things need to be properly labeled for sure. We need to know where the pulleys are. Is that what we're about to print out on this label?
Yeah. So we have it all set up in the program. We have pulley storage spelled out. And it's one of those things where, like, this chamber is going to get so chaotic so quick with 4 days worth of content that we're going to try to make our players' lives a little bit easier by labeling things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the nice thing about this laser that I love that a lot of them don't do is that it will actually show you a preview. So yeah, make sure it's safe. Mm-hmm. We have the guard up. We're good. Our eyeballs are not going to burn out. But if we take a look at the laser over here, I don't know how well it shows up on camera. Hopefully well. But you can see kind of the overall layout of the outer bounds.
Oh, this is a preview?
You're saying that engraving.
This is a preview of it?
Yep.
So it's not the real cut.
Preview of like how big it's going to be.
Oh.
Which is actually a little bigger than I want it.
Okay.
It's like a little too much to the edge. And do that again.
And that way,
we're just going to reposition it really quick.
That way you make sure that you don't waste an entire piece of wood or whatever trying to...
Yeah, so that's like a big thing for lasers that don't have this, is like you kind of hope that things are squared up and that you don't have like a really slanted cut. But I think we are all good to start engraving. So I'm going to send the file over to it.
Okay.
It is spelled correctly, which is good.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, right? In the year
Trapology
Y3K,
special.
do you think we're still gonna have spelling issues, Tina, or will it be like autocorrect infused within everything we do, just without asking us? It'll be so smart to know what we're trying to spell at all times. Y3K.
No, I think there's always going to be a spelling error somewhere.
Is there?
Yeah, for sure. We've been pretty good proof of that.
Got it.
We constantly check each other's work, and I don't think we've sent something out or started a game without a typo.
Uh-oh.
But this is going to be the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
This game is going to be typo free.
Typo free game. Or if there is,
no one in chat.
If you all ever accidentally did a typo in an escape room, you probably would throw someone off because they probably would think it's a clue, and then they're like, "Oh wait, this is not how you spell storage," and then they spend the whole time trying to decipher what the real message is. Oh, it looked like
you
I saw the
are
nods.
more right than you think.
I saw the nods. Let me know when we'll start seeing it. I see people again in the chat. Shout out to people engaging. YouTube, we want you all to be a part of this. So if you haven't gotten to our Twitch channel, to actually click on the application link, please. It's right there. We put twitch.tv/Nova Building Stuff to come over to Twitch. Give us a follow on Twitch if you can. But also, more immediately, you can click on the link where you can apply to be one of our players for this Twitch game. And you too can see this exact, if it's spelled right, this exact label in the game as you try to escape. Is this the real one, Mike? This is the real deal, right?
This is the real one.
This is the real one. Okay. This is pretty cool.
We're doing it.
We're underway. Hit that like. That's right, Opal guy. Appreciate you. Hit that like. Hit that like.
This is one of those fun tools too, where you just kind of, you make it, you hit a button, and then it does its thing.
It does its thing,
It's
right?
really fun to watch.
Yeah.
I love it. So wait, so I see like a wood brown thing, but like what happened to the yellow? Like where does the yellow come into play, Tina? That we selected. We selected the color. Am I tripping? I thought we selected something yellow to make the label out of, but it looks like a different color.
It's in there.
Oh, it's in there. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I started doing this little trick / being lazy is when you put something small in there, it's really hard to maneuver it around. So if you put it on top of like a little backer plate, it gives you like a little handle once the preview's showing to, move it around, move it a smidge. That's a technical term. It's a little bit bigger than a micron.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Smidge. Yeah. A smidge is a little bit bigger than a micron. I love it. Technical term, smidge. A pinch.
Yeah, a pinch, of course.
They're similar.
Yeah,
they're
it's
similar.
metric and imperial depending on. Yeah.
Hey,
I believe a smidge is used in Great Britain.
Chat, have you all ever used a laser cutter of any sort? I would love to know. Has anybody ever been inside of a like makerspace, a lab? I'm about to go down what we call this right here, y'all. Ideation laboratory, your mastermind. But have you been in any makerspace where if you've been able to play with a laser or do anything with a laser cutter? I would love to know. Any DIYers out there have experience with this? I love Nova said. Nova will be fact checking all spelling in the room. Yes, we will. We will indeed do that.
We got a little toasty on this one.
Yeah.
Pulley storage. Is that what it's supposed to look like, y'all?
It is. It did get a little, because we're playing with fire. Oh, it did get a little char on there. But
that's what it is.
Luckily, with the metal, with a little water and a paper towel, it comes right out.
So
yeah, look at that pad, Larry.
So we burnt it. That's the char part, but it came out pretty nice.
Yeah. It is. It's one of those things where when you luckily we've used this stuff enough that we kind of have the settings dialed in.
Yeah.
But a laser is definitely one of those tools where if you're playing with new materials, you want to be doing really quick test prints and everything, because you can easily let it run for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Turn around and it's done nothing. Or you start it up and you've realized you might have started a small fire. So
we don't want
it's
to
not a set it and forget it thing. I urge anyone with a laser to please keep an eye on it when you're using it.
Yes. Please keep an eye on it.
Please.
And Mike, I'm not gonna lie, like a small fire from the safety where I'm sitting may not be the worst stream in the world, but we don't want that to happen. we don't want that to happen. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Aaron E on YouTube said no, have not used the laser cutter, not DIY inclined. Well, listen, we have two people on screen that are we're gonna make some more labels, right, Mike, Tina? We got a few more we can do on screen. Yeah, let's make a few more. We got label. We got pulley storage. Kate made a joke saying, shouldn't it be spelled P-U-L-L-I-E? Like, did you all really sure you spelled that one right?
The sensitive subject.
I know. I see you. Duke Donut says this is really cool. A long while back, I worked at Douglas Trumbull in Western MA and got to see a bunch of their behind the scenes prop creation stuff. Through my role, it was computer graphics. Though the role was computer graphics that they did at the time. That's awesome. Appreciate you all feedback. Go ahead and share anything else if you see, if it reminds you of any places you worked, any projects you've done, anything that is related to some of the stuff, because we are actively building together, building stuff with Nova and with Trapology today. So shout out to everybody that has been a part of the process or just joining us today. Okay, where we are, power cell fabrication. That's what we got going right now.
So this is for our battery puzzles that
battery
I'm working
puzzle.
on. So
that's going to be
power
on day.
cells that we're going to be creating.
Okay. As you straighten that up, I want to remind everybody, because I'm trying to remember, Mike. You and I, we talked about this every day. We have a different let's say, pair of engineering disciplines we're dealing with. The first day
Mm-hmm.
in this escape room, the first part of the escape room puzzle is going to be structural and mechanical. That's day one. That's where the pulleys are going to come into play. The second day was electrical and computer. Electrical and computer, which is, I guess, has some power elements to it. We got to get the power grid back up in the narrative. But then on the third day, I think that's when we're doing energy in the environment. Is that where the batteries are going to come into play, right?
Exactly.
Boom. That's day three. And then day four, everybody
So
can't
that's
forget day
some
four.
labels.
We're going to be doing some launching, some rocket launching, aerospace, and aeronautical. Acoustic Nut says, can you toast a slice of bread with that? We got a poll going right now. Can you toast a slice of bread with that? Tina, was I not supposed to say that? Because you told me not to tell anybody. Like, don't tell anybody. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that out. But they want to know, can you toast a slice of bread? I won't tell them, Tina. I won't say it. I'm just playing.
That's how I've been eating in here. I haven't left since the last stream. I just make breakfast with this. So.
We don't have a microwave.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
have
man.
a laser. Wait, that actually might work.
Special shout out to GBH Morning Edition. They're within the GBH family, as Nova is. They do it around breakfast time, and so we might need to have a stream where they make some toast and some live breakfast.
We were joking about that. So they're like, what are we doing for lunch? There's no microwave here yet. Forgetting we had a laser.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, so while that's going, what other devices do we have on this table that you all can show us? Like, what else we got that you all, I guess, rather make labels or whatever with?
Did you want to talk about the
No, please.
Okay, all right.
Explain.
This was your baby before it was mine, but
Which one?
we have this delightful vinyl cutter here.
Vinyl cutter. Okay.
Yeah, so this is kind of a computerized die cutter.
Okay.
Which, like, die cuts are big industrial machines used to, more often than not, cut corrugated cardboard boxes. So every
like a stencil, like a
piece
big
of packaging
stencil,
you ever get has been die cut.
Is that what a die is? A big stencil type of thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
A big stencil that's made to push out the same cut endlessly.
Okay.
This is kind of the next evolution of that. So dies are expensive and timely to make, and if you're doing stuff like we do where you're constantly doing small batches of things, it makes no sense to do that. So we have like computerized version of that, which in the most layman's terms is if you took an X-Acto knife and then put it on a robotic trolley and then put your hands very far away from it. It's actually very safe. So we're going to make some stencils out of that today. One of the puzzles.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead. I want to see how that is actually ran through, how the vinyl is ran through. But I see you're going to do it now with Tina there.
Yeah.
Doctor, would you care to set up?
Yeah, we can set up the station.
Thanks, Doctor.
Measuring is always one of the big things, and we always like to use like these grippy mats here, which very conveniently has the measurements on it for us.
Very convenient.
You can see some of our older cuts in here. This is a well-loved mat.
I don't know if it has any sticky qualities anymore.
A little.
Yeah.
It has character.
So at this point, we
has
just
character.
get our vinyl. Oh,
okay, go ahead.
sorry, what?
No, I said the mat has character. You can see it's been through some things.
Yeah.
History.
So at this point, I'm just going to get the measurements, and that's where Mike comes in, tells me what do we need for a size.
I should do that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so.
That Opal guy made a funny joke.
Looking.
Instead of being DIY inclined, they are SEDI. Someone else do it.
All right,
so that's
it's
what we're doing on the stream today.
We're
We're SEDI
inches long.
inclined.
I'm wasting a lot of material on this one. I'm sorry. Mike did not optimize this cut for material efficiency.
I'm sure that grid helps to kind of make sure you're staying straight, right, on the back.
Yeah, I don't cut in very straight lines, so having this is perfect.
Listen, the building committee knows about my unsteady hands. They've seen it a number of times, up close and personal.
All right, so once we have the length that we need, we just start to lay it out. And like Mike said, our mat has gotten a lot of love, so it's not always the stickiest. So sometimes we'll add a little bit of tape in the corners just to help it stay down.
Painter's tape, a little bit of painter's tape.
Yeah, a little bit of painter's tape. It's one of the
Always
most used things when we're building. And this is where a big part of our teamwork comes in, as far as Mike and I being an efficient machine here. It's a lot of, I get some stuff ready, he does the detail work. So it's always good to have a partner in crime when it comes to this stuff.
Exactly. Teamwork makes the dream work.
It really does. Also, like Tina does, as that we'll see as the streams go on and everything, like all of the wiring and programming, all of that magic that I'm not going to pretend to know anything about. So it's kind of fun, and definitely don't get frustrated ever when I'm designing a puzzle. I go, Tina, I want this to work. And you go, you can't do that.
We're gonna move some stuff out of the way because when we see this cut, it's gonna move up and down. But pretty much we're just gonna line it up in here, make a little more space. All right.
And
now we wait for Mike.
So Mike hits it and it automates the next step.
Yeah.
Is the knife in that white thing there? That's like the X-Acto knife in the white thing we saw, right, Tina?
Yep.
Okay.
I think we should be good.
Solar is what we're gonna cut.
So this is the fun waiting period of Bluetooth connectivity.
Oh, it needs to connect. Of course. That's how it goes.
That's always the thing.
Hopefully this won't be an issue in our Y3K.
Yeah, Y3K.
We'll have figured out
make
Bluetooth
sure we
by
have.
now.
Yeah.
Well, this is exactly, Tina, why we need people to be a part of that finale, because in Y3K, we got to make sure the connectivity takes place and the grid is working well on day 2, right? That's what we need. The energy flowing throughout our society that the AI normally operates, but in that scenario may not be the case.
Exactly. And if this didn't work, then Mike would do this by hand. And it's that human interaction that we still need.
Yes.
Please don't make me do this by hand.
By hand.
I
By the way,
graduated
Nova
design
is
school.
giving
You
us.
can't make me go back.
Your call. Nova's giving us a little details on the vinyl cutters too. We talked a little earlier about the laser cutter, but the vinyl cutters, they use a sharp blade to cut various shapes and designs. They can be used on materials including vinyl, wood, and cardstock, depending on the model. They can have varying capabilities. Got a little link there in the chat. Shout out to Nova, keeping us informed and educated. And everybody who haven't been on this show before, this is called Building Stuff with Nova. And we have been for weeks planning what will be the finale of this show, which is a 4-part engineering escape room that's going to be live streamed, and it's going to involve people in person working to get out of this escape room, retraining AI about engineering concepts, including getting this vinyl cutter work. Well, not really including getting this, but similar to the way they just got this vinyl cutter working. Is that what it's doing right now? Is it actually working, Mike? Is it doing what it's supposed to do?
Yeah, it is going now.
Okay. So from our view, it doesn't really look. It just looks like it's like going back and forth, but it's cutting. It's a small little knife.
Kind of tough to see on the black vinyl, but basically it's got an X and a Y axis that work in conjunction to create any sort of flat vector shape that you want. So the wheels are pushing the mat physically back and forth, and then there is the belt behind it that's moving the actual carriage with the knife on it. And the knife itself is not actually like mechanized except for just like an up and down movement. It's just it's on a swivel.
On the swivel.
Oh, good.
Oh, there
This
we
is
go.
on.
I see it. That's an R right there. The last little thing that we just got close on, that was an R. The word solar vertically going through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike, can you show us the
So now
design
Tina's gonna
again
take
on
it.
the paper, on the computer again, as Tina's taking
Yeah,
it
of
off?
course.
So it's supposed to finally look like these are what, like stickers essentially that are getting pulled off of there.
Yeah.
Right.
So the other thing that we'll do with these often is we're doing this one as the actual label this time.
Okay.
But the other thing we'll do is kind of do the inverse. So we'll make a stencil out of it. So we can do like any sort of like spray painting or like anything else that we want to do. We're not doing spray paint today because I don't feel like subjecting anyone to spray paint fumes. We only have so many respirators. But yeah, we're essentially going to cut this out, and then we're going to we'll show you some transfer tape.
Yeah.
Very exciting. It's tape, but with lines that we're not going to use.
It's Y3K tape. It's not any tape. It's Y3K.
Exactly.
Tape.
It's Tape Plus.
Tape Plus. Premium subscription.
Part of your premium subscription
There we
to
go.
Nova Trapology.
Mike, I feel like we got the same
Design
wavelength now after doing so many design sessions together. Our minds thinking parallel, man. We've calibrated.
Yeah. What's our Patreon plans?
I know. Okay.
All right, cool. So this is kind of maybe going to be difficult to film, and also a little bit of a pain for Tina and I. So this should be easy. We've done vinyl enough times to know when it's worth doing, and then when it's worth doing something like a laser. So laser is really nice for like fine details, like smaller text, anything that's intricate. What we're going to find out here is that once you're done cutting something, is now you have to remove all of the material that you don't need. So if you have like a lot of really intricate designs or small text, as you're lifting up, it tends to just sometimes pick up pieces that you don't want it to. But with something big like this, hopefully it's cut through all the way.
Okay.
Great. And we can just give it a little peel.
Look at it.
Thank you.
Careful.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Tina to the rescue. Shout out to Tina for that assist.
So like if we were to do like any spray painting, you would essentially have a negative like this, slap it down on what you want, make sure that it's actually straight and
now
flat.
you all have an example of what you would put something like that on, right? Aren't you? It's not just on the walls, it's on different components that would be in the room in different
So
objects.
for this in particular, we had talked, you and I, a couple of weeks ago about like solar panel puzzles and whatnot. So this is actually going towards one of the props for that puzzle.
Okay.
So we're gonna have some emergency backup solar panel kind of equipment in case of emergency cases, which we have right here.
A nice big Pelican case right there. So you would put like that stencil or that die, whatever you want to call it, right? That you got out of that vinyl cutter onto that case, for instance, and then you would spray paint it around it so it can get a nice little label.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll probably do that for different parts of it. For this one, we're just going to use it as is, and then if we want to weather it later, we can. If not, we'll just make it look clean. But yeah, so the next step for this is, since the sticky side is down, what you could do is pick them up individually like stickers and then place them. But then you have to have like Terminator precision to make sure everything is straight and spaced correctly. So we don't do that. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Ooh, looking competent. But yeah, that's what transfer tape comes in. So what you can do is, a lot of this transfer tape comes with grids. I don't think I've ever used the grid because that requires me to line up just another thing. So you kind of find ways to cheat it where you don't need to be that precise, because it's really, the human eye is really good at detecting like anything that's incorrect.
Yeah,
that's kind of like when you see like someone's amateur self-portrait or whatever,
Right.
and your brain goes like, that's wrong, even though you yourself are not an artist.
Yeah.
Like you know what proportions are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're designing these things, we try to avoid that possibility whatsoever. So you give yourself a lot of space. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
I see a Clockwork said another way you could do or label these things is do like a 3D printer and make some like 1 millimeter extruded plastic letters. Obviously that would be slow.
Oh, yeah.
But that is another cool way you could label things.
That is something that we're increasingly using as well.
Yeah.
That's like a whole nother episode of talking about like the pros and cons. Like these are all, I think that's the thing that we've learned over the years is like, there's no tool that does everything perfectly. Like there are pros and cons to it all. Thank you, Doctor.
Boom. There we go.
Sweet. All right, so we've essentially put a sticker on top of a sticker. Science is amazing. So our next thing is finding the front of this box. And then
where are you gonna put it? Like right in the middle? Okay.
Just line it up.
Okay.
And we're gonna kind of eyeball that nicely. Thank you. And I definitely didn't just do that askew. So we're definitely not gonna weather that down later so you can't tell that I did that. Remember that whole monologue I gave about your eye being good at? Yeah.
It looks good to me, Mike. I don't know, man. I've had enough experiences of being inaccurate on this stream before that I can be very impressed with what you've done so far.
Thank you for giving me some leeway. But yeah, so now that we have it down there, we'll squeegee it so we get those letters down good, and then all we do is remove the transfer. This is actually interesting.
Cut the stream. No, I'm just playing. It's just a little real life engineering take place. A little real life work taking place here.
Yeah, no, this is actually I'm legitimately learning something about this on stream. This is good. So the transfer tape is actually taking off the paint layer that we had on here.
That's what's happening. That's some strong tape.
Yeah, so this label is actually not going to stick. So we are going to have to paint this thing. Look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We failed on live TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is called the engineering design process. This is called iteration. It's called trial and error. Something that we do a lot here on Building Stuff with Nova. And now we know that.
I am actually pretty okay with this.
Which is why we have the spray paint as a backup.
We just bring the spray paint as a backup.
Boom.
Probably not going to do that right now. I don't want to poison Tina.
Clockwork said they jinxed it. They think they jinxed it on Twitch, y'all. They jinxed it when they start suggesting the other ideas. And you know what? What's so cool? Someone threw out an idea. Shout out to Stimulator. Said a cooking show. Acoustic Nut said this is like a cooking show with you and Tina. And someone would definitely tune in to a cooking show set in the year 2099. 2999.
Which one of us is Martha Stewart and which one of us is Snoop Dogg?
Either one. Any given day.
Yes, and.
Yeah,
I think we can pivot. We can switch to cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, pivot from escape rooms to pivot.
This escape room thing was never a long term.
So that's the other label right there. Power cell fabrication. That came out looking really nice.
Yep.
Yeah. And y'all are gonna I guess y'all had another label really quickly to get done too. So we can do another color. Can we do another color real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
We can get that going. And then while that is going, I want to get one more close-up look at the set behind you all, the walls. Like it was really cool. I saw a nice wide shot. But what label are you about to make now, Mike?
So we are gonna have, and actually you can see them on the set right now. The cutouts that are up high are going to be various monitors. So at any given time, one or more of those might be direct comms going to our Twitch audience. So we're just going to have a comm station. Nice little label next to it.
Communications. All right, got you. So we need one more label. What color we're going with? We're going with blue, Tina, for this one?
Yeah, I think blue. I like how this one looks.
Okay, got it. So we load that up into the laser cutter. And then what we'll do is, I'm assuming we're gonna be able to see a nice little places on this wall where these labels will likely be once we get this fired up.
Yeah. I think this got lowered.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is really cool. Shout out to YouTube for hanging out with us. Of course, we got the building committee. If you've been here longer than 2 seconds, you are officially a part of our community, affectionately known, at least by myself, as the building committee. As this is going, we get a nice little comm station label here for the road. Tina, can you show us a little bit more of the up close of the walls again in the room, or anybody can give us a quick one more like close up tour of those walls behind you all?
Yeah, the internet's a little rough back there. So
it is?
if I go back there, I will lose you.
Got you.
And I don't want to lose you just yet.
You don't want to lose us just yet? Okay.
But I can show you some stuff back here.
Okay.
From far away.
And those
but
are
some of the big things you notice. Sorry?
No, go ahead. The monitors are going to be in those big holes.
So some of the big things that you see, there's some doorways, some entrances that we're going to have. All these little cutout holes. There may be surprises in it. There may not be surprises. Something useful, something not useful. Right now, we're going to see something not so useful.
Mike getting the best Vanna White impersonation on.
We have to joke to keep things high energy here with each other.
Got you.
But you can see just like the scale of this with just one person in here.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully, we'll have some guests in here, and I'm hoping you guys register so we can get a lot of people in.
Y'all hear that? Tina gave a little plug. Go ahead and apply, y'all. You might be able to be one of the players.
Yeah, you'll get to play in the finished version of this.
Yes.
But right now we just get to watch Mike run around and his dreams come true.
Exactly.
And break something.
Don't break anything,
Breaking
Mike.
something.
Breaking something with Nova.
Yep. That's Mike and Tina today.
Now, as we get ready to close things out, let me go ahead and let y'all know, chat, what we got coming on the rest of the week. Now, if you take a look at our stream or our program schedule today, obviously we're at our later time of 4 p.m. once again. Yesterday we had fun in Minecraft. Today we built with Trapology. Tomorrow we're going to be back at our 1 p.m. time. We have a wonderful collab with Rocket Sage. We got a great stream coming up, geology and structural engineering, which is going to be a lot of fun. Then on Thursday, we're going to get into sensors. We're going to tear apart some small little light up shoes. Y'all remember those light up shoes when you were a kid? Yes, I had a pair as well. So Dr. Laura Bottomley is coming on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern again. And then we're going to go back into the world of Minecraft on Friday as well. So make a note. This is going to be really, really fun the rest of the week, going back to our 1 p.m. time. Make sure you take note. If you're on YouTube, we will stream some of this to YouTube as well, but don't forget to take a moment whenever you can to come over to the Twitch channel and hit the follow button so you too can be a part of the building committee and everything that we're doing over there. Mike and Tina, as we are finishing up this last label, I don't know how much more time is on it. Y'all got any parting words for our audience between now, to hold on to between now and next time we get a nice little tour of this undisclosed warehouse?
We're both at a loss for words.
For a first.
Lost of words.
Take a good mental note of how this looks now, because when you come back, it will be different.
It will be different.
It will be different.
It will be.
Got it.
How different would it be? Different.
I love it. How did that last label come out?
This one's a little smoky again, but with some love, we can clean that up.
Some nice love.
And you will see that.
You will see the comm station looking well. Well, listen, with that being said, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us today. Can y'all give a nice goodbye to the chat, to Twitch and YouTube before we say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right, chat. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us again on another Building Stuff with Nova. I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Of course, we're going to check back in with Trapology IRL, just like we're doing this again, as you all see this escape room that you all helped design come to life. And if you want to try your hand at being one of the actual in-person participants, well, we're dropping a link right now before we sign off. Nova, if you can drop the link on Twitch where you can apply to be one of our IRL players. We're gonna also get some other influencers, some other Twitch streamers there in person. You're gonna get to meet me in person. You're gonna get to meet Mike and Tina. You saw that energy. You see it. They're just great folks. They have a great time. They love what they do. And then you get to meet the Nova team and also be a part of this. But nevertheless, whether you are in person or online, this is an event for everybody happening at the end of October that we can't wait. We can't wait. But until tomorrow, when we have our next guest on the show, we want you all to take care. And no matter what you're working on, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is, continue to keep building. All right, take care, y'all. Peace.